Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to discuss one of InGen's most secretive projects that we don't really know too much about. In Jurassic Park the game, we're introduced to something known only as the Marine Facility, which was a portion of Isla Nublar's original park that was under construction during the events of the first movie. Its main attraction was going to be an underwater exhibit where visitors could go down and get a glimpse at the massive Tylosaurus that Henry Wu had bred. This Tylosaurus was later released and could even have made it all the way out of its enclosure and into the open oceans outside of the island. This possibility is even discussed amongst the characters that have made their way down to the enclosure. But now, after our protagonists make it out of the exhibit, we never hear or see the creature ever again. So what exactly happened to it? Did it manage to make its way out into the open ocean, and if so, where did it go? Why haven't we seen it since? These are the questions that I'd love to discuss in today's video.
Laura, there are other options here. Holding us against our will to save the dinosaurs is only one poorly thought out solution. You're smarter than that, Laura.
I know, Jerry. I know what I'm doing. I clearly expressed the consequences of threatening this island. I scored a line in the sand that has been ignored and trampled over by InGen, by the government, and now I exercise my resolve.
Laura?
I'm going to free the mosasaur.
Are you mad? A land dinosaur paddling to the mainland is one thing, but you're talking about releasing an apex predator into over 70% of the global ecosystem.
It's only one. It can be recaptured.
Before it eats the last of the humpbacks?
Oh, don't be dramatic.
Laura, don't.
Jurassic Park the game makes it very clear that if this giant marine predator were to ever get out, it would be catastrophic for the ocean's ecosystems. Dr. Laura Sorkin does actually manage to free the animal, but instead of escaping, it chooses to eat her instead. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the real answer to this question can only be found if we answer another. Is the Tylosaurus and its escape in Jurassic Park the game canon to the larger film universe? And the answer to that question isn't given in any sort of related material that I have ever been able to find. As it currently stands, the Tylosaurus has not been brought up in any sort of media outside of Jurassic Park the game. But then again, that's exactly how it should be. You see, in this game's story, there's actually evidence that supports the idea that many in the company were kept out of the loop about this animal's creation. Similarly to the Troodons, the Tylosaurus is mentioned as being a secret attraction, and Dr. Laura Sorkin didn't even know about this one. We know that it's not uncommon for InGen to keep secrets from the general public, seeing as both the Ceratosaurus and Spinosaurus weren't on their publicly released list of cloned animals. So it is very possible that this could be another cryptic example of them hiding something. However, we still need to acknowledge the fact that not everything in Jurassic Park the game is canon to the films. In fact, if we're being honest, it never really has been concrete canon in the grand scheme of things, as Jerry's missing mustache should be the first to tell you. That being said, there are some things in that game that are absolutely true to the wider universe. Isla Nublar's volcano being named Mount Sibo, and Jerry Harding's suspicion of Dennis Nedry stealing company embryos being good, solid examples. So while there isn't any empirical evidence to support the idea that the Tylosaurus escaped, there also isn't any case that can be built against it happening. If the animal was indeed cloned by Dr. Henry Wu, and if it did actually get freed by Laura Sorkin, I have confidence that it would probably make its way out into the open oceans. After running low on food or simply becoming curious of the outside world, I think the reptile would definitely choose to wander off after the events of the game. And if this proves to be what did factually happen, then the animal would become the apex predator that Jerry Harding said it was. A massive Tylosaurus feeding on whales, sharks, and other large marine life forms could even go unnoticed if it kept away from any prying eyes. And this is 1993 we're talking about, so I'm not too sure anyone would be on the lookout for a giant sea monster on the loose pre-Fallen Kingdom. In reality though, the only way we're ever going to know if that creature got away is if the Tylosaurus comes up again in future Jurassic media. And I think the possibilities for that happening are actually rather slim. You could always write around it, and I'm sure that its inclusion in the wider universe and even its undetected survival could become a really cool plot point of some new story. But as of right now, I think it's safe to say that no one really knows the answer to this question. As it currently stands, Dr. Wu made it publicly known in the year 2000 that the method he used to extract Mosasaurus DNA was probably the only way they'd ever be able to bring back marine life. So the cards are stacked heavily against the 1993 Tylosaurus in my opinion. That doesn't mean that I don't want to see it come back though, because I think it could make for a really awesome surprise in the future. But what all of you guys think? What happened to InGen's Tylosaurus after the events of Jurassic Park? And would you like to see it make any future appearances? Whatever your thoughts may be, I'd love to hear about them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I want to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It really means the world to me that you guys tell me that you appreciate what I do so much, and I seriously am extremely thankful for everything that you guys do to help. Honestly, it means the world. Now I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and hope that you all enjoy today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I would appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.